In 399 BCE, Athens sentenced its greatest philosopher to death. Socrates, known for questioning everything, refused to escape his fate. But why? What were his last days like? Let's step back in time and witness the final moments of Socrates. Socrates stood in the grand Athenian courtroom, surrounded by 500 jurors. The air was tense as his accusers, Meletus, Anytus, and Lyco, spoke against him. They claimed he was corrupting the youth and disrespecting the gods. When given the chance to defend himself, Socrates did not beg for mercy. Instead, he challenged his accusers with relentless logic. "If I corrupt the youth, then who improves them?" he asked. His words made many think, but others saw him as arrogant. Finally, the jury voted guilty. When asked to propose his own punishment, Socrates jokingly suggested free meals for life. The jury, angered by his defiance, sentenced him to death by drinking hemlock. As the sun set over Athens, the jailer arrived with the cup of poison. Even he looked sorrowful, he had admired the philosopher. Socrates took the cup without hesitation. His students wept, but he reassured them, death is not to be feared. It is either a dreamless sleep or a journey to another world. He stood for a moment, gazing at the sky one last time, then drank the hemlock. Days passed in a dimly lit stone cell. Socrates remained calm, even cheerful. His closest friends visited him, Plato, Crito, and others. Crito leaned in and whispered, "The guards are bribed. We can escape tonight." Socrates shook his head. Would it be right to break the law, even if the law is unjust? His friends were silent. To Socrates, escaping would betray everything he stood for, truth, justice, and duty to the city. The poison worked slowly. First, his legs became numb. He lay down as instructed, his breathing steady. His students sat around him, grief-stricken. Before closing his eyes, Socrates spoke his final words. "Crito, we owe a rooster to Asclepius. Pay the debt." Then, silence. The greatest philosopher of Athens had passed away. Plato watched in sorrow but knew Socrates' words and ideas would live on forever. Socrates' death was not the end, it was the beginning of a legacy. His student, Plato, recorded his teachings, ensuring that his ideas would influence philosophy for generations to come. Even today, we remember Socrates as the man who questioned everything, until his very last breath.